This is Couples Court with the Cutlers.
This is the case of Donnell versus Starks. You are married, been together 14 years, you have a family, but cheating allegations have caused you, Ms. Donnell, to seek information regarding a divorce from Mr. Starks.
Yes, Your Honor.
Tell me about why you've opened your case.
2 years ago, we got into an argument, and he left that night. When he left, he was down the street with a friend, and the next morning when he comes home and he's explaining what happened that night, he told me, when I talk to her, don't believe whatever she tells me. And since then, it's little things that make me feel like he's cheating with my friend.
The situation she's talking about, I did leave. The young lady that she's pertaining to was down the hill. Her cousin gave me a ride to my mother's house. Mm-hmm. That's the only contact I've had with that woman in 14 years.
But you knew something was going to pop off. That's why you went back home and said, whatever you hear, don't believe it.
Hold on, Your Honor. That's what she said.
You deny that happened?
I do not recollect saying anything like that.
So what are you here to prove today?
I'm here to prove that I love my wife, I'm here for her, and that I'm not a cheater. I believe in Jesus Christ. I got married one time, and I'm not a cheater. And I'm standing on that.
Bottom line.
Ain't no more lines.
All right. But it's my understanding, Ms. Donnell, that you have gone to see a divorce attorney.
Yes, ma'am. I've seen lawyers. I've talked to everybody that I need to. If this doesn't work, if he's cheating on me, then I got my foot out the door. I'm ready to go.
You're serious about this?
Yes, I do love my husband. I really want our marriage to work. I got married one time. I don't want to get a divorce either, but I don't want him to be cheating on me as well.
So, why do you believe he's cheating right now?
Well, we've had incidents. I do have evidence, if I could give it to you.
All right. Ron, would you
Yes,
take that from Ms. Donnell?
Thank you, ma'am.
All right. So tell us what we're looking at.
Well, one day he told me that he was going to work, and later on that day, I was looking at our GPS. It's kind of together on the phone, and it showed that he was at a hotel from 8 to 11:47. And he tells me that he was just driving through the parking lot, but I don't know no parking lots 3 hours big.
Okay, so at 8:07, he tells you he's going to work.
Yeah, he's supposed to be at work.
And you find on the GPS that it's at a hotel.
Yes, ma'am.
And he's at the hotel from 8:07 to 11:46.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's your understanding that he was supposed to be at work?
Yes.
Okay, were you at work or
Yes,
were you
ma'am.
at the hotel?
Ma'am, I work in the moving industry. So I usually meet my boss wherever close to where we're gonna go because he drives me, I have no license.
Okay.
So the job we did that day was at a place adjacent to a hotel.
Yes, sir.
So if I'm in the same parking lot as the hotel, her GPS, I guess, picks up wherever I'm at. So I'm saying I ain't never been nowhere with no woman in a hotel, outside of a hotel, in a back car seat since I've been with my wife. I ain't been nowhere with no woman in no hotels.
But if you were meeting your boss to go to work, why does it have you there just for 3 hours?
No, I was at work all day. I don't understand. What we need to do is probably call the GPS company and figure that out.
So you're saying your job, your moving job that day was adjacent to the hotel.
Just like
and
that.
that's why I was pinging.
The only reason.
And Ms. Donnell, you don't believe that?
No, sir. Also, that same day, he called co-workers that he was supposed to be with. If you at work with the co-workers, what do you need to call them for?
It would be like me calling Mr. Cutler. We sitting here on the bench together.
No.
All right.
And all of this has led you to believe, okay, he was meeting somebody at that hotel.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And he was having sex with that person.
That's what I believe.
Oh my God. Well, here's what I know. That the reason I called my coworker is because I'm moving. We have an elevator. If the elevator gets stuck, or if I'm in the elevator, who you gonna call? You got me?
Mr. Starks, you got an answer for everything, it seems like.
Always.
You got it lined out. You got an answer for everything.
Because I'm the one living this. I work every day.
What is it like living like this?
Terrible. It's stressful. In the last maybe 7 months, I've lost 15 pounds because of this, because of a lie.
Have you told her about the stress in this relationship?
For 14 years.
You've been living this
I've been
for
being
14
accused
years.
of cheating since 2000.
But have you told her about what the stress is doing
every
for
day.
you?
She should see it. That's my wife.
Oh, I see it, but he don't see the stress that he causes our whole house. He's just stuck on him. You know, he's not really open to other people's feelings, to how we feel about the situation.
Mr. Starks, do you understand that she's under stress?
Yes.
Has she talked to you about that?
I truly believe that.
And
that's why I'm here.
What is your reaction to that?
My reaction is I'm here. I've been the same person since I've met my wife. I've never, well, there's been a situation in 2004 or 5 where I cheated on my wife. We were dating then.
You were dating
We were dating then. We were 3 months, 4 months together.
And he cheated on me for a year. This has been 2 years. This one is 2 years. And I just...
Before we were married.
About this one.
But, okay, so you had cheated in the past. You admitted it. You took him back. But you understand why her trust is broken.
Yes.
Once that trust is broken, and then you don't take affirmative steps to reestablish it, from then on, there's a cloud. You all have been living under a cloud
but
all
he's saying
this
he
time.
has taken affirmative steps. He's been
Why
faithful.
get married to someone that cheated on you if you don't believe in them?
Ms. Donnell, is there any particular person that you're concerned about that he's cheating with?
With my neighbor. She was a close friend. It's just going really crazy. You know, he says, I want to believe that he's not cheating, but it's just the little things that happen, like our GPS. It'll say that he's at my home, and he's not at my home.
So that's saying that the GPS ain't working. If it's saying that I'm not at home, I could be right beside her, and she tells me, your GPS said you're down the street. And she's even told me that her GPS doesn't correctly work sometimes.
All right, when you say the GPS is not, it says that he's home, but he's not home. Where do you think he is?
With my neighbor.
I mean, how close is the neighbor to you? Are you in the same building or right next door?
Yes, in the same building.
So it may show that he's home because you're in the same building.
Yes, ma'am.
But he's not in your apartment.
Yes, ma'am.
You brought an exhibit to demonstrate what you're talking about, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, would you step to the monitor, please?
Okay, we were into it that night, so he went to a friend's house, and I wanted to, you know, reconcile that night. I wanted him to come home, so I go out to his friend's house. At 1:45, I get there, and we sit for a minute. You know, I asked him if he wanted to come home. He said that he wanted to stay because he could get to his job better that way, although I could have drove him. So I leave, and I get home at 2:27. Later on that night, my phone pings from his phone on the GPS, and it says that he's at my house at 3:46. He was never at my house. Nowhere in my house was he to be found in my apartment.
Your phone tells you that he gets home at 3:46.
Yes.
But he's not in your apartment.
No, Your Honor.
And so from 3:46 to 7:19.
At 7:19, that's when he leaves for work. At the same time he was leaving for work, the neighbor was leaving as well.
So you believe that at 3:46 he was in the building?
Yes.
But he wasn't in your apartment?
No, ma'am.
He was at the neighbor's apartment?
That's what I believe.
And that's why it pinged that he was home. He was in the building, but he was with the neighbor?
Yes.
And you believe he was with the neighbor because he's cheating?
Yeah, I believe so. And also at 7:19, I was still at home.
All right.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Donnell. If you come back to the podium, please.
All right, Mr. Starks, are you cheating with this neighbor? All right, Mr. Starks, are you cheating with this neighbor?
Never.
Were you at her house?
Never.
You were not at her home?
Never. Only time I've been at her home was when she first moved in. She drinks a little bit. I did a moving job.
A lot.
I did a moving job. They gave me liquor. I thought they were pretty cool. She's a drinker. I gave it to her. So ever since I did a good deed or whatever, trying to be a friend, like she said.
Oh, he's been a
But
friend
Mr.
a lot.
Starks, why
he give her a lot of liquor. He's been a friend very often. He's not even a big drinker.
Often?
And he would go and buy liquor and, I'm gonna take one over here.
Let me tell you how often
on her birthday.
She got me so messed up. I can't look out my own windows. If I look out my window and her car pulls up, I'm cheating. Just for her pulling
But
up.
Mr. Starks, why is it that her GPS shows that your phone was in your apartment building, but you weren't at home?
Please explain it to me.
You explain it to me.
I can't.
That's why you're
cannot.
here.
I'm not being accused of cheating. You're the one that's being accused of cheating. You explain to me why your phone shows up as being in your apartment building, but you're not in your apartment.
I cannot explain
for
that.
4 hours.
Only thing I can explain, Mr. Cutler and Mrs. Cutler, is I've never cheated on my wife. That's the only thing I can explain.
So you have no explanation why your phone shows that you were in your apartment building but not at home.
I cannot tell you how GPS works.
And you deny that you were in your neighbor's apartment during that period.
I ain't been in that lady's house. If I was in her house, she knew about it. I ain't never been in her house fornicating, cheating with no woman. Not just her neighbor, no woman. I haven't hugged, kissed, touched a woman since 2005 or 6.
All right, Miss Donna, you have a witness. 2005 or 6.
In between 5 or 6.
Miss Donna, you have a witness. Sir, would you please stand?
A witness.
Would you please state your name for the court and your relationship to the parties?
I'm Randy Donnell. This is my sister.
All right, Mr. Donnell, can you tell us, do you believe your brother-in-law is cheating, and if so, why?
I have reason to believe he's cheating because there's a lot of things that don't add up, and I was present for most of them, so.
Have you seen him with the woman in question?
Definitely. I'd go outside and, you know, they having a good conversation. I walk up and everything stops and, you know, they split ways. There's even been a time where he said, I can't even talk to my neighbor. And I felt like, well, if you was talking to her before I came, why not continue? What are y'all talking about that I can't be around? That's happened multiple times, you know?
So because you've seen it more than once, it's so noticeable that they must be talking about something they're doing.
Right.
You know when people are talking, and it's like...
Yeah.
And when you come into a room, then it just...
Everybody stops talking.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Donnell.
Sit down.
I think we've heard enough evidence. Ms. Donnell believes that her husband is cheating with the neighbor. Mm-hmm. She tracked him to a hotel where he stayed for 3 hours, 4 hours. Mm-hmm. Her brother believes that he is involved with the neighbor because he's seen how they interact with each other.
And they go silent when somebody walks in.
And they go silent. And his phone is in the apartment complex at 3 in the morning till 7, but he's not in the apartment. And she knows he's not there because she's tracked his phone. And all of this has led her to believe that he's cheating. And she's already said that if she finds out that he's cheating, she's done. She's gone. The marriage is over.
And she's gone as far as to talk to some attorneys about a divorce.
Yes.
Well, because of this court has done a complete investigation of this matter. At this time, the court would like to call former military interrogator Lena Cisco to determine, is he cheating?
Good day, Ms. Cisco. How are you?
I am well, Your Honor. How are you?
Doing good. It's good to see you.
Thank you. It's good to see you as well.
Would you state your credentials, please, for the court?
Yes, Your Honor. I am a former Department of Defense certified military interrogator who has interrogated members of Al-Qaeda and Taliban shortly after 9/11. And since that time, I have been training law enforcement personnel, military personnel in interrogation and interviewing techniques.
Tell us what you did to investigate this case.
I had the accused write a witness statement, and I analyzed that for any indicators of truthfulness and deception. I studied the case file, and I put together an interrogation plan, and then I interrogated Mr. Starks.
So you conducted a full interrogation.
Correct, Your Honor.
What were your initial findings?
When I interrogate someone, I look for any indicators of truthfulness and deception, verbally and non-verbally. Mr. Starks did give me some concerns in the beginning when I asked what I call my lie-exposing questions.
All right. What did you learn in your investigation?
As the interrogation went on, he also gave me a few more concerns because some of his answers were very common deceptive responses. So, for example, when I asked him if he had sex with the neighbor, he gave me a definitive no, but he also did a slight head nod as to yes. And then he went on to claim that what he is accused of being at a hotel for 4 hours, he was actually waiting for a ride from his boss to go to a work site. And then he proceeded to take out his phone and show me text messages of how they coordinate pickups.
So what did you conclude?
So for someone who has conducted hundreds of interrogations and interviews since 2003 and has been catching liars since then, I do not believe that Mr. Starks is cheating on his wife, and I do believe he's being truthful.
All right, Miss Donnell, you have a smile on your face. What's going through your mind hearing the results?
It made me feel a lot better, you know.
Al-Qaeda, baby. I'm just normal. She interrogates Al-Qaeda.
I still feel like it's a lot of things that we need to work on, you know. I don't like having trust issues, you know.
And hearing these facts, do you feel like I can get to that point where I can start to trust him again? Because she's saying he has been faithful to you.
That's all I wanted.
And that's all I want. I love my wife. I've always loved her. I love her until I die. But I want Chris to be fixed. You know, and I'm not the easiest person to get along with. I am not.
Just like she's gonna have to work on her building her trust up in you, you're gonna have to dial back some of that difficulty.
Yes, ma'am.
So that you all can move forward
No problem.
happily and healthily.
No problem.
And it's going to be on both of you. She's got to let the past go, but you also have to let the past go.
Yep.
Are you ready to let the past go?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Are you ready to look forward to a happy future and all of this behind you?
I definitely am.
Then that is a wonderful first step.
Yes.
We have counseling available for you to help you do that.
Please.
And we want you to take advantage of that counseling so that you can have the wonderful and fruitful marriage that clearly you both want.
Yes, sir.
As we say in this courtroom, don't cheat yourself out of a chance for a great relationship.
You're right.
Court is adjourned.